Hello, friends and my viewers. Now, a very simple question people mostly ask when they go through nutrition facts or when they go through Google, in which it's mostly said that fructose is not healthy, fructose is much harmful than glucose, and our sugar content should be less. Per day, and we should be taking less of carbohydrates. So what happens is, like, we have an incomplete information. What we consider is, like, fruits also contain fructose, so we say that when we have to take less fructose, we should be eating less of fruits. But we forget one concept, that carbohydrates, in the category of carbohydrates, we have fibers also. Carbohydrate is not that only the table sugar जो आप चीनी खाते हैं चाय में डाल के या मिठाइयाँ खाते हैं, दैट इज़ नॉट ओनली द कार्बोहाइड्रेट. Carbohydrates can be classified as simple carbohydrates, that is your table sugar. ठीक है. And these are like just very very easily, or you can say very rapidly, absorbed in the circulation, and they release mostly glucose, and that is metabolized accordingly. So basically, simple carbohydrates, simple sugars, they are much harmful because they give you a spike of glucose, which can stimulate the insulin release, and over a period of time can cause insulin resistance. So we say that cut down on the table sugar, cut down on the simple sugars which are present in the mithai, processed food, in the tea you add. So what you're adding actually is a simple sugar. Now, it's very well recommended that you incorporate complex carbohydrates. You eat complex carbohydrates without any guilt, without any fear, which contains resistant starch or simply starch, which is present in rice, potato, okay, then legumes in your chapati, then complex carbohydrates, which are fibers, which are present in raw fruits, in the salads, in legumes also, in pulses also, in variety of foods, okay, in vegetables also. So if you're eating more of fibers, that is complex carbohydrates, in the form of legumes, pulses, and vegetables, salad, and you're also eating rice, potato, starchy food also, then both of them are not harmful. But I would again put a note on this, that there should be moderation. See, fiber also in excess is not tolerable for a person. Sometimes it results in bloating, in gas formation, because fiber is the food for your gut bacteria. When you are taking more of fiber, then the gut bacteria will be active digesting that fiber. In that process, gases will be produced, and then you can feel bloated also. So moderation is important. What I want to say is that from your added sugar, that is from your total carbohydrate, just thin down the simple carbohydrate. Stop adding sugar in the tea. Stop eating the mithai, outside mithais. You can make mithai at home. You can take jaggery instead, but that also, eat in moderation. That you can incorporate that mithai after your lunch or dinner, just a small piece. Okay, don't eat too much of mithai also. So just thin down that simple carbohydrate. Stop adding the sugar in your tea, coffee, in your juices. Stop juicing the fruits also, okay, and incorporate more of fiber. More of fiber means that have a bowl of salad in your lunch, have some vegetable utpam, you can say, or you can say fermented food with veggies, some pancake with savory pancake with veggies in the dinner. Thin down the gluten roti also, that is, you can just cut down on gluten also. In that way, you are actually increasing the amount of complex carbohydrate, okay, that will be beneficial for you. So it is not that carbohydrates are always harmful. Carbohydrates are actually required for energy because they are instant sources of energy, but it is not that we gulp on sugar, okay. That means that you incorporate some healthy forms of carbohydrates, okay. Then people say that fructose is harmful, so we should be not eating much of fruits. So my dear friends, one thing, please make it clear in your mind, that when you're eating raw fruits, you are actually eating fiber also. insoluble as well as soluble, which is packed by nature along with the fructose in the fruit. The fruit is such a blessing. It's a small kind of a packet made by nature, which contains so much of nutrients and so much of health in it. You have various micronutrients, antioxidants, flavonoids. You have healthy carbs in that. There is fructose in it, but that doesn't harm because there is fiber also. Along with soluble, there is insoluble fiber, which lowers down the absorption of fructose. So you're not getting a spike of glucose or fructose in the circulation, which prevents the increased stimulation of insulin, and also protects you from high glucose entering into the circulation. So they have low glycemic index, which I will discuss in the other video also. Glycemic index means the amount of glucose released by the particular food item. Okay, and high glycemic index means that increased glucose is actually released from that particular food item, which is rapidly absorbed in the circulation. So they have high glycemic index. They lack the fibers, so instantly the glucose comes into the circulation. Low glycemic index carbohydrates are those which will release the glucose on the digestion process, but the absorption will be very low or slowed because fiber is there, which will slow down the absorption of glucose in that. So they do not increase the glucose in the circulation, or in fact they have low glycemic load, which is very important. You are not loading your system with high glucose. So you have to eat low glycemic index, low glycemic load carbohydrates, which are fibers. So eat fruits, but don't drink juice, okay? Because in the juice you are diminishing, that is, juice is fructose only minus the fibers. You don't have soluble, insoluble fibers. So when you're drinking juice, that fructose gets rapidly absorbed in the circulation. So you're increasing the glycemic index of that fruit by juicing it. So when we say keep away from processed fruits, where even if they're claiming it's 100% fruit juice, it's healthy, don't drink, because when you're juicing a fruit, it's totally sugar, totally high fructose. That is dangerous. So try, if you like eating fruits, you can take a banana, you can have a small piece of apple, some berries, but that also in moderation. It's not like that you eat 2 bananas and 2-3 apples and a large amount of grapes and all. Don't make it your nashta, don't make it your food कि मैं डिनर में तो बस फ्रूट्स ही खाता हूँ. No, that's wrong. Fruit should be less in moderation. Okay, snacky type, okay, diet. It shouldn't be like replacing your lunch or dinner, okay? So in moderation you eat. Do add fruits in your whole routine, but raw fruits, okay? So don't be afraid of fruits. They contain fructose, but they contain fibers. Most important fact is that you are eating fibers also along with that fructose. So try to grab raw fruits and focus on high fiber complex carbohydrates, which contain which have a low glycemic index and low glycemic load. That property is very important when you're choosing carbohydrates, especially and specifically in such cases when a person is diabetic. Okay, diabetic person shouldn't be said that you don't eat any kind of a sugar, eat any kind of carbohydrate, don't eat this carbohydrate, don't touch that carbohydrate. No, you can eat that carbohydrate, but raw. It should have high fiber, and you should see that it has a low glycemic index and low glycemic load. Healthy carbs are always recommended even for diabetic people. Okay, so stay healthy, stay fit, eat fibers, eat a balanced diet, home cooked clean food, and you will be always happy, free from disease. Even if you're having a disease, it will be in your control. It's not going to be controlling you, but you are going to control it. So bye.